Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome back to online classes, and I, Ajay Kumar, your English teacher, is going to teach you the second part of the story, the Naryanpur incident. I hope you all remember what I have taught you yesterday. I have taught you Mohan was leading the procession along with the student union, and Mohan's brother and a sister Manju and Babu were waiting for him outside to see the procession, how they are doing it, right? In this next para, in this second part, we are going to read how Babu and Manju reacted to Mohan when they came back. Okay, so let us start the reading. So Manju asked, "Is that all?" In disappointment. Manju asked in disappointment. "What else did you want? A dance? A drama?" Babu asked scornfully. But he asked Mohan same question when he returned. "Why did you go back so quietly? Were you scared of what the police would do?" Mohan seemed immensely pleased with himself. "Scared? Not by a long chalk. We had planned it this way. We knew they would stop us at the gates. We knew they expected us to protest and be violent. Oh, yes, they wanted us to do that so that they could beat us up and haul us away to jail. But we are not prepared to go to jail. Not as it. Anyway, not until we have given them much more trouble. As so, we decided we would give them no chance at all." So, in these two para, the narrator, the author is saying that since Manju got disappointed what she saw there, she got disappointed. So she asked from Babu, his elder brother, that is that all what you want to show me? So, in the reply of Manju, Babu said, "So what else you want? You want you thought we are going to have an entertainment, right? We are going to see drama, dance, music, and all that. No, we are not. We haven't came for this one." Babu asked scornfully. Now, scornfully, it means like disregarding. You are talking someone with with not with the respect. That is called scornfully. Scornfully is adverb. But what Babu did, Babu asked the same question from his elder brother Mohan, the question which Manju asked from Babu, and the same question he asked when Mohan returned. So he asked, "Why you go back so quietly? You should do something. You should show your strength when you were there, no? But I thought you were scared of the police that they will beat you up and like that." So then Mohan, replied and pleased with himself. Like he said the things. We were not scared, and we were not trying to uh, give them chance, give the police the chance to beat us and to haul us, to take us to the jail. They were trying. They were not trying to like. Fuel the anger of protesters, so that the protesters will become violent and they'll get the chance to take them to the jail. But they have planned it that they will go quietly, silently, and they will hand over the whatever the piece of paper they have taken, and then after they'll come back, and they'll see next time that what it should be done. Now, what was the point then? Babu asked. While Manju listened earnestly, her chin cupped in her hands. It is like a declaration of war. We have told them, now this is war of us and you are the enemy. You don't start a war without first declaring your intentions, do you? And what was the paper you gave the policeman? That was a notice we served on the collector as a representative of His Majesty's government, asking them to quit India or face the consequences. In this para, Babu's brother Mohan actually, trying to tell Babu that what was their plan. Okay. However, Babu was not satisfied with the answer, so he asked again that then what was the point of doing the procession then, right? And while the conversation between Babu and Mohan was going on, sister was listening earnestly. Just taking so much of interest, and she was listening all the things. However, Mohan tried to make his brother Babu understand very well, and he said like it was a declaration of war, and just they went there to inform them that this is a war for us and you are the enemy, so you be aware of us, and you just inform to your collector and the Majesty's government, or else if you are not going to quit the India, then you'll have to face the consequences, like there will be more procession will take place, and there will be more people will come on road to protest against them and all that. Now Suman and another boy turned up after they had finished their dinner that night. The boy staggered in with a large newspaper covered parcel in his hands. Got it? Mohan asked, his voice tense with excitement. Yes, lot of trouble though. Or where shall I take it? Where shall I take it? Here, let me help you. After the boy left, Suman, Amma and Mohan went into the small puja room. Babu and Manju stared curiously over their shoulders at the mysterious parcel, which turned out to be a cyclostyling machine. Now, cyclostyling machine means an early machine used to duplicate documents. Okay. So when this thing was, told by the Mohan to Babu that what they have done, that was the just you can say like a trailer of the picture. The main picture was about to begin, right? So they have told them to leave the India or quit the India. However, that time Suman, the main leader of the procession, and with one another boy, they came after finishing all their work for their dinner that night at Mohan's house, and they have brought something with them. It was like a covered parcel, okay, and they talk in with the help of eyes. Mohan asked, and while he was asking the question, his voice sounds tensed. So he said, yes, lots of trouble he had been through, but still he managed to bring these all things. So then after all of them went for helping him, because the parcel was so heavy, and after the boy left, the boy who came with Suman, holding that parcel in his hand, he left, and after that Suman, Amma and Mohan, all three took that parcel into a small puja room, where while that Manju and Babu were looking them at curiously that what was going on there. They were not understanding what is going on. But it sounds like a mysterious parcel, something mysterious, something which is not known to them. And later on they came to know it is like a cyclostyling machine, which is the meaning, like an early machine used to duplicate documents. Now, next para. Babu. Mohan said as they settled down to work, sit down, sit out in the front room and keep a watch. Give us a warning if anyone seems to be coming to our house. Manju, go to bed or else, he went on, noticing the crestfallen face. You sit here in the hall and pass on Babu's warning to us. In this para, the author is just talking about Babu and Mohan. They were just making themselves comfort to work down, and they were working there. They started working. Even Mohan asked, Babu to go outside and be watchful that whether someone is coming or not. If someone is coming, then he must inform to Mohan that someone is coming. So it was like a security guard type, okay. And while that, Mohan asked Manju to go to bed, or else she could stand up there and she could see their crestfallen face. Now crestfallen face means, you can see crestfallen face, sad or disappointed. So something big was going on in the mind of Mohan, and he wanted to plan the big thing to explore the a majesty government. Now Babu sat outside, alert and attentive. He felt a thickening in his throat. It was beginning, and at last he was doing something. He kept his eyes and mind on the road outside. He was deserted. In a little while, the 9 o'clock siren went off. Babu thought for the first time that the day of the war began out all over the world. And suddenly, coming out of his reverie, he tensed. A man on a bike. Yes, he was getting off. Babu flung himself inside. Manju turned a startled face to him. Someone is coming. So in this para, the author says that Babu was becoming watchful outside. He went outside and he was alert and attentive. He was just looking who were going and coming on the road, and even doing that, he heard the 9 o'clock siren also. It was also compared with like just war has been called off, and the fight was all over in the world. But all of a sudden they saw something which was giving them tension. Now what was that? Like a man was coming on bike, and it was quite clear that the man was heading towards the Babu or Mohan house. So they just signaled it to the Mohan. Babu signaled it to Manju, and then Manju signaled it to Mohan. Someone is coming, so he understood. There was silence. From inside the puja room, three faces looked at him blankly, the dim light giving them a peculiar look. Shadows quivered and danced as the wick in the oil lamp flickered and fizzed. Then Amma got up and came out, followed by Mohan. Suman stayed inside and Mohan closed the door of the room. Manju, go to bed. Babu, you too. There was a knock at the door. Babu rushed in his room, unrolled his bedroll, and threw himself on it. Who is there? Amma called out. Knock, knock. Now Mohan, go and see who it is. Manju noticed that though Amma's voice was steady, Her hands trembled. Mohan came in saying, Amma, it is Patil's, it is Patil, the sub-inspector. Amma held Manju's hand in a tight, hurtful clutch, although her voice was still cool and calm. What does he want? He wants to talk to you. So in this para, the author says that when it was signaled that someone is coming and heading towards the room, so whatever the work was going on inside the puja room, they stopped it and they started just looking each other face blankly. Something was like something was fizzy, smelt, and they thought that they will be caught. And during that, the oil lamp flickered and fizzed. Then the Amma got up and she followed. Even Mohan followed also Amma, and Suman actually that time was staying inside the puja room. Mohan closed the door of the room, puja room, and then Amma said Manju and Babu to go to bed. While doing so, in between, the door was knocked. When they rushed to the door, they saw, they were actually arranging all things according to the plan, but knock was there continuously going on. So then after, while trembling and like feeling scared, Amma went to open the door, and when she opened the door, she saw that the sub-inspector Patil is there, and Amma and Mohan tried to control their emotions while meeting with Patil. Actually, they tried to say many things, but they could not say, just because they were planning something bigger. So Amma held Manju's hand in a tight, hurtful clutch, though her voice was still cool and calm. What does he want? When Amma asked from Manju, Manju was there, so she was telling her to go to the bed. So they actually trying to pretend that something was happening inside with mother, father, sister, brother, and all. It was a family, interaction going on. So they were trying to show it to Inspector Patil. But however, the real fear was in Amma's mind going on. So when Mohan came in saying that Amma, it is Patil, the sub-inspector, she asked that what he want. Then Mohan said he wants to talk to you. Now to me, Amma asked. Then he said, the hand relaxed. Manju drew her own hand back and rubbed it softly. I haven't came to trouble you. A strange voice said, your husband was my friend in school. I'm a friend. Now, then Patil, when Patil said, the sub-inspector Patil said that actually he was not here to put them in trouble, and he was just because Amma's, Mohan's father was in the jail, and the person who came to meet her Amma was his friend, Mohan's father friend. So dear student, we have read the second part of this story. Now we'll read the final part of this story next day. Till then, bye, take care, and have a nice day. If you are having any more question, or if you are having any query, you may ask me in the message box, description box. You can text me. And those who are not able to download the worksheet or homework work assignment, you can download it from the description box. I'm providing you the link there. Alright dear students, now we'll meet next day. Till then, bye, take care, and have a nice day. Thank you.